Okay, I don't care about that. That's fine. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Okay, go live. Remove. Yeah, remove. That's okay. Yeah, just remove that. I don't want that. There we go. Hello, everyone. How are we today? Hopefully, I can. Welcome to Tea Time with Mama Cole. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, I did all the technology right. Hi, Tawny. Hi, Christina. Can everybody hear me? Over on Discord. And if you'd like to join the conversation, because I really want some hot tea today, raise your hand, please, so that we can all join. Over on Facebook and YouTube, go ahead and just leave comments in the comment section, and I'll be able to see you there. Let's see if I can get us in the group live also. Trying to do it across all different platforms. There we go. I think I got everybody. So how is everyone today? How are you today? I hope everybody's doing great. Hey, I thought he's going to hand raise. Now, let me see. That should allow you to speak, right? Invite to speak. There you go, Connie. How are you? Good. There we go. I got to turn up my volume. There, I had my thing up too. You should be able to hear better. Christina, you need to join too, please. Hello, Gianna. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What this is tea time. I do every Thursday at 4 o'clock. And this is your time to honestly, just informally, we can have a chat. If you hop over on Discord, I can hear you and we just chat like, honestly, like we're on the phone pretty much. Um, and what I do is just, this is my time to tap in with spirit for you to ask questions, kind of like an informal little tea time, but with spirit, just like a spiritual twist to it, where I can talk about spirit guides, anything spiritual questions that you have. Um, there are times that spirits do pop in, not for readings or anything, just with messages and guidance. And I also pick topics, and today's topic is about working with our spirit guides. Um, I have an emergency surgery coming up tomorrow to get some teeth taken care of. And the last time I had surgery was when I had my heart surgery. So I immediately started freaking out and panicking and all of that. Messaged Hollis and everything, and then I'm like, oh wait, I have to calm down. I on there we go. Sorry about that. When it glitches like that, I have satellite internet. Pay a whole lot of money for it, but it comes and goes. I'll always be back though. Anyway, when I had my surgery for my heart, always in it for the tea. Exactly. That's what this is. This is like tea. Like let's spiritual tea. Like tell me your stories, I'll tell you mine. You know what I mean? Like let's talk spirit tea. Um so when I had my heart surgery, I had lots of guides, guardians, and angels around me. And the staff that was working on me felt their presence. Things actually physically shifted and all kinds of stuff. So this time, before I went to the dentist, I had a toothache and my teeth are broke. They've been broke for a long time. So I made an emergency appointment, got seen, and then I had to go to the oral surgeon and whatever. So I got a bunch of crap I got to do tomorrow. Well, I panicked and freaked out because I'm terrified of the dentist. But then my guides started coming in. If you watch my page, there's an image that I did on ChatGPT the night before I was seeing an oral surgeon because I was scared. And I got up at 3:33 in the morning and started working on this image. And it's about me helping you with your spirit guides. And there's an image of me. It's like a cartoon character of me. And then your loved ones, like of all different races and genders above me. And then beside me, they put this dog. I didn't even ask for the dog. I asked for me and the ancestors and loved ones above me. And this dog appears. The dog looks exactly like my service dog that passed last year, right after my heart attack. So I was like, holy cow. So they're with you. So the message today is like when we face something challenging or something scary or challenging or scary or life altering, life changing, grief, the sudden loss of someone, a sudden life change, a sudden surgery, things like that. How do we call in our guides? How do I, anyway? How do you? That's what I want to open the floor with today is, what do you do to prepare for something like that? Now, normally, before I was a psychic medium, I would prep physically, all the things, which I did today, like the last couple of days, prep, the puddings, the jellos, the practical things, right? Make sure the medicines are on board. We have everything that we need. Now I've done all of that. And then I came to my desk and then I spiritually started cleansing everything. I started wiping everything down. I put fresh sea salt. I work with salt a lot because I work with deities that use salt a lot. So I cleanse and clear with salt and sage. I burnt sage and everything. I changed hope everybody can hear me. I changed no, it's okay if you keep popping in and out, but I changed the crystals on my desk also. And what else did I do? Oh, now that's what else I'm doing. I'm changing like things that I'm not going to need. Like when you have a surgery and you need healing, you want to call in. I use like golden golden healer. This is one of my very favorite pieces. This is a golden healer angel. Golden healer. First off, quartz amplifies everything, right? Quartz is used for everything. I can use quartz for just about anything at all. And then the golden healer quartz is actually like iron deposits in there. See the red. Those are actually iron deposits. Okay. The shape matters too. It's an angel. So this is helping me call in the angels. I'm going to hold this probably during surgery. I also have a dragon's head I need to get. My daughter-in-law gave me a really cool dragon's head. So for me spiritually, I'm going to connect tonight and call in my guides and my guardians and my spirit team. My spirit team consists of ancestors, past pets, past loved ones. Okay, so that's what that's what my spirit team is. Yeah, thank you. So I prepare with crystals now. Now I was told I have to take all my jewelry off. I can't have any jewelry. So I'm hoping they'll allow me to hold my angel. So that's what I'm hoping. And I'm actually going to see, let me text my husband if he can bring me my dragon's head. I really want to show you the dragon. My daughter-in-law, she's so beautiful. She just gets stones. I love that my son married somebody like that. And she is a crystal fanatic too. And she gave me this most beautiful dragon's head. Hold on, let me text my husband real quick. And now, can everybody hear me, see me? I'm seeing your comments on Facebook, so I know that Facebook's working. Over on Discord, for some reason, I don't. I keep hitting the help button instead of your comments. I can't see your comments on Discord. So I would like everybody you're more than welcome to speak. Wait, there's the chat. I'm so sorry. There, now I see your chat, everybody. I got Tani speaking. Christina's audio isn't working. She can't hear anything. Okay, Tani can hear me. Great job. Okay, thank you guys. Let me get my dragon's head. I don't know. I just wanted to show you. So the way that I'm prepping this time is much different than I would have done, say, 15 years ago. I never would have been considered bringing rocks with me to a surgery or anything like that. My daughter-in-law does, though. Like, she's getting ready to have my granddaughter, my very first granddaughter. Like, she was at the hospital last night. They sent her home. So, like, any day now. And I'm hoping she's due July 3rd. So I'm really hoping that she waits till then so I can be recovered and meet my granddaughter instead of having to wait a week or so. So I was looking for more angels. I was going to show you guys because I have a lot of angels. So how do you welcome Tanzi? Tanzi's back over on Facebook. So how do you guys, like, I know, some of us pray. So honestly, like, the crystals is like my form of prayer in a way. Hey, I can hear you. I can hear somebody. Oh, you can't see me? Wait. Okay, hold on. How do I do it on Discord? Okay, I'm right here. Okay, I see it. It's processing. I have little blue squares. Allow. Well, oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's the angel I was talking about. This is the golden healer, and see the iron deposits and stuff. That's what makes it golden. Okay, and then what else was I shown? I'm trying to find my dragon's head whenever they get that message. There we go. Now it's looking. I have a whole bunch of angels, but I don't know where they are. Usually they're right on chat, but they must be hiding, so that must mean I don't need them. Oh, here's one. And this one's Amazonite. Look, there we go. Amazonite is awesome. This is dragon's head. It's still long. I can see myself on here. Discord. There we go. Okay, I can see there. I don't know what's going on. Your video isn't working still. Maybe it's my end. That's bad. Okay. Is it working now? That might be. No. Yeah, actually my phone, but then my headset will switch. So I just won't show you stones on Discord. I'm sorry, guys. What I can do is take pictures and post them. That's what I'll do. I can post the pictures of it. Yeah. I was impressed. At least I got this far. And if you could see my shirt on Discord, it says "Have patience with me. I'm from the 1900s," and has a wagon. There we go. Having issues with video calls. There should be. I don't see it though. Where did it go? Hold on. I see it on my phone, but I don't see it on here. I'm trying to show Discord the picture of this. I'm pretty sure, I don't even know what this is. She just gave this to me yesterday. She thinks it's zebra jasper, but it looks like the stuff from Mexico, the calcite. This stuff. It just looks like the black and like a zebra calcite, I think. Now, how come I can? Oh, it's in free practice readings. I posted it in the wrong place. I'm sorry. We will figure all this technology out eventually. There we go. Oh, and then it just, yeah, it just kicked me out. I'm back in now. Yeah, my audio was where Discord. Yeah, I'm back. Like just for a second. Yeah, everything's, they can see and hear me. Yeah. So I will try that again next week. So just to supplement, I'll just send you pictures of the stuff. Oh, that's what it's doing. I see it. Yeah. Okay. When I send the picture from my phone, it's switching the Discord off of the computer onto my phone. That's why it's changing the, okay. So I have to totally shut off of it on the phone. Hold on. There we go. Make sure it's off on my phone. So, what do you guys do to prepare for stuff? Like, how do you call in your guides, your angels? I know a lot of us pray. Well, some of us, if you were, depending on how you were raised, and just your experiences. My first thing, unfortunately, my response to emergency situations is I really freak out. I like overly freak and react is what I've been taught instead of releasing. And now I'm learning at 58 years old to release the panic and the anxiety. A lot of mine is anxiety, and just to release it and take control of it and know that my body is amazing. I've been through so many surgeries, and I've been very held and comforted and had amazing results. And um, yeah, see, some of us praying. Yeah, Christina says praying is so ingrained in me. I immediately pray. I get in fight mode right away, then panic after. See, it depends on the situation. Yes, I'm an action person, and then well, more so when I was younger, I would act and then break down and shake and stuff, and that's all trauma. Like a lot of that is our responses. Um, and now I'm really trying to, when I start getting into that like fright state, I'm trying to um, literally lift my feet up and let the universe carry me, and trust and know that it's all for my greatest good. And that's has not been an easy thing for me to learn at 58. And a lot of it is retraining my brain. I'm reading that The Body Keeps the Score book right now, and I'm learning. I studied psychology in college, and I studied how trauma affected the brain, but I did not. No, I didn't understand how trauma affected the brain. I studied the brain like the abnormal brain, which is the trauma brain. It comes to find out, and it's not abnormal. It's just the result of trauma. And now with this book, it's showing how some of the trauma that we carry, it's actually ingrained. It's in your brain, and you have to work on that and address it. And your body does keep the score of trauma. Mine is so significant that the doctors say like my body will physically freeze when it's injured. So uh Christina says that she pisses a lot of people off when she says it is what it is because they think I'm being callous by saying, but I'm genuinely not. It truly is what it is. It's been pre-written in the stars. Just have to ride the wave. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning to lift my feet up. Like just to lift my feet up and just know that whatever's going to happen, like what's the worst that can happen? It's all going to be for my greatest good. And if it's not, there's going to be a lesson that I can learn through it. Might be a bitch of a ride. I'm not saying that it's easy at all. But I got it. I got a team behind me. I've got family support, the best that we can. So yeah. And I get the praying because I was a kid who prayed a lot, even though none of my family believed in God. I would search him out. And I think it was more, now I realize it was more the connection with something greater than myself, like the spirit realm and stuff like that. So yeah, some of us light candles. Um, the candle thing has been something I've done since I was a little girl, and part of it is because of where I was raised. I was raised part of my time in Richmond, Virginia, and the other part in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I would go with my friends, my very Catholic friends, to the church, and they would always light candles. And they'd say the prayer. And I, like, the first time I ever rode the bus, I think it was like 3.5 miles to school from where I lived. And we passed, like, I kid you not, 6 Catholic churches on the way. And everybody on the bus would be doing this. And I was from Virginia. I'd never seen that before. I didn't know what they were doing. And I thought they were like in a cult or something. I don't even know what I but I remember, like, I didn't say anything for like the first week. And then finally, because I didn't know anybody, then finally I asked them, I'm like, what are you guys doing? And they said, oh, well, that's what we do every time we pass a church. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I didn't know. So everybody does have different traditions. My rocks now have become a huge part of mine. My angels, my guides and guardians. I also utilize a lot of nature guides and guardians. Red-tailed hawk, can almost guarantee I'll see a red-tailed hawk and some crows on the hour-and-a-half drive to tomorrow, which is really funny. It's a 91-mile drive down one highway in the middle of nowhere, Florida. Like, there's nothing. It's right along the Gulf Coast, and there's like nothing but trees. Like, but it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so everybody can hear me. Does anyone have any questions or input of, like, what do you do to connect? What do you do, like, if you're facing an emergency? Christina said that she freezes and then that she reacts and then the emotion, the stress hits. I'm working on that. I'm very much working on that. And I think a lot of the crystals too, a lot of the reason I do the crystals is one. Like, this had intentions for my daughter-in-law for a healthy healing surgery. So I use like that, but it also empowers you. Like, it's the energy of them will empower you because each stone has different uses and purposes. Like, an obsidian angel, like, let me just show you. And if you're not on Discord, it's okay. I'm just showing up. What's happening is I'm showing a large obsidian angel. Okay. And she's, I'd say about, I don't even know. I don't see anybody's comments. So if you're commenting for some reason, I'm not seeing them. And I'm not really sure why. But that's okay. But this obsidian angel is protection and guardian and grounding. Whereas this angel, the golden healer angel, is more divine healing gold energy, like gold vibration. And you can tell, even if you're not a crystal healer or crystal master or anything like that, you can tell the difference. You can tell the energetic difference. Okay. So I think that's part of the reason I do that. Now, Debbie Anderson's over on Facebook and says that she's 60 years old and used to react to situations. Now, I talk to family and spirit, especially my brother, and ask them to give me strength to help me get through the situation and keep me calm. I carry crystals with me at all times. I love that, Debbie. I love that so much. It's empowering, isn't it? Like, once you start utilizing crystals as part of your life and part of your daily patterns and rituals and whatever, um, they really do help. And I love that you also said that you connect with your brother. Was it that you said? Oh wait, I put the wrong. I put Alice's thing up. Hold on. Yeah, your brother. It was your brother. Okay. See, and I love that. Mine is my grandma. Um, The only time my grandma, who was like a mother to me, has come to me in spirit or given me any message, and she's the one out of all of them I'd love to hear from. The only time she's ever come to me, I was in the hospital with blood clots in my lungs, and the doctors didn't. The doctors were like wanting to know if it was hereditary or no, causal or not causal. If like there was a reason that I had them because I wasn't moving, or if it was genetic, something like that. And it was like a big deal. They ran all these tests, and I had to have family history. Well, my family I can't really communicate with. So my son was there, and it was like the second night I was in the hospital. And I was really, really sick. And my son was with me, and I woke up, and my grandma came up to the hospital bed and started talking to me. And she goes, "Oh, honey, you're a little young for this." And I go, "What do you mean, Grandma?" And I really, it was before I really did my work. This was, yeah, 10 years ago, 2015. And she told me, well, all the women in the family have blood issues, but it's usually like when we hit 60 or 65, you're a little young for this. And I was 50. Um, and she says, just tell them it's genetic and we just need a fill up every now and then. I'm like, okay, Grandma. So that's what I did. Told him, okay. So when I got up the next morning, I said, Zach, um, did you see Grandma? She was here. And my son's like, what? No, I said, she was here. She said, I said, get the doctor, get the doctor. And so that was what the doctor needed to know, was that it was hereditary, that it wasn't, and then that mean that there wasn't cancer in my body or something, because they had like done some kind of CAT scans and stuff like all over looking for something else. And now over on Discord, hold on, a specific crystal that helps you to connect to your loved ones that have passed. Honestly, rose quartz. Rose quartz and lepidolite is what I would highly suggest to connect with your loved ones. This is a rose quartz wand. It's the rose color. Rose quartz signifies love. It's a heart healing chakra quartz. And now this is a rose quartz, same as this is a quartz. Quartz comes in all different colors, okay? And each color has different properties. And if you're over on Discord and can't see what I'm doing, you're lucky I had friends that were blind, so it's very easy for me to describe. Rose quartz is like a blush pink color. It feels, it has like wisp and things in it. So it's like a really light pink lemonade colored quartz. Okay, that's probably the best way. And it really does help your heart. It'll connect you heart to heart with your loved one. Okay, and with that beautiful healing heart chakra energy. As a matter of fact, when I had my heart surgery, I had a grid set up by my chair. And what happened was I had a heart attack and had to rush by ambulance out of the house. My husband has the beginning stages of dementia. And I have crystal grids, or had crystal grids all over our house. Well, while I was gone for the 10 days, he sat in my chair, which had a rose quartz generator crystal grid beside it that I had set up for healing for our family to help heal our hearts and stuff. It was just a huge grid that I had set up, and it was a really large grid. And for some reason, the day before, I had actually turned the quartz points inward. So it wasn't, it was generating the energy towards the generator to go out instead of out like spokes. And while I was gone at the hospital, my husband started working the grid. Did not know what he was doing. He was praying over it. He was holding like the generator and stuff like that. And when we would FaceTime, he was like, "I felt that." He goes, "I never believed you before." He goes, "But I've never been so scared in all my life." And he goes, "And I know that grid that." He goes, "I believe in your crystals now." So he used, so now I just made him a medicine bag, and now he can connect with the crystals. It's really beautiful. So yeah, please know that um, if you don't understand the crystals and you don't understand why people are like, yes, you can really do this, and it's brand new, just know that they're another ally that you can have. It's just like prayer, okay? And they actually have a vibration. They have a kinetic energy, a physioelectric energy about them. You can actually bang two quartz together and they spark in the dark. If I had a way to hit my lights, I'd actually do it for you. Um, I can actually show you too. I'll probably have to do it on a live sometime. One of our parties, I'll show you how to use. I think our next party, July 9th, we're having a party, one of the reading parties, and I'm going to show you how to take a quartz flame, how you can read the energy using your pendulum, and show you how you can take a pendulum over a quartz generator. There's a difference when you hold it over a generator, which is like a tower. Think the Washington, D.C. monument is what a generator is, okay? And then a flame looks like just like that, like a flame. But the energies over them, it focuses the energy different ways. Cool, huh? Don't know how we went from spirit to crystal class, but I guess that some people needed that today. Now, Deb Anderson said, yes, my brother and I were so very close in this life, and I feel him with me all the time, especially when my family have health problems. I get so many numbers from him, and I am trying to work out his messages from them. I love that. Um, the numbers are what's called angel numbers, and look them up. I see right now I'm seeing 1111 a lot, and just look them up. They all have different meanings, but to me it means your angels, your loved ones. He's giving you a validation. That's his sign. Yes, I'm with you. Tanzi says, yes, it's gorgeous. Oh, of course. Debbie's a Reiki master and used crystals while giving Reiki healing treatments. My Reiki treatment room is full of crystals and salt lamps as well as the rest of my home. Me too. I'm a Reiki master also. I just cannot practice Reiki, so I'm a crystal master. State of Florida, you have to be a licensed masseuse to practice Reiki. So I do crystal healing and with energies from the divine. That's how I describe what I do. Uh-oh, did they lose me on Discord? What happened? Ah, hold on just a minute. I don't know what happened on Discord. Wait. No, it's having me create another event. I know. Can you? Where did it go? What is going on? I can see that I'm talking. See, but if I click on wait, hold on. I don't know what it is doing over on Discord. I apologize, all this technology today. Yeah, I know you can see and hear me here on the Facebook and YouTube, but somehow I think I lost Discord, and I apologize. I'm not sure what happened over there. Hold on. There, I'm back. Hold on. I don't know if it's starting a new one or what it's doing. There, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm back on tea time because I see Chelsea and Christina still there. So I'm not sure what it did. It kicked me out. Yeah, Discord confuses the heck out of me, but we're really trying to branch out so that we meet more, hit more people. So, um, so Debbie, I love that there's no mistake that you're here today and that you also do crystals and Reiki and all of that. So, um, I feel like there's something like that you need. Like, there's no mistake we're here today. So, what is it that you're supposed to work on? Like, why did we come across each other today? I feel like hmm, like I love the. Do you have a really cool story to tell about like your Reiki experience and crystals, or like a really cool story to tell somebody about crystals and healing? Like that an experience that you've had or something? They're really powerful, very very powerful. Um, I know Discord confuses me so much too, Tonzi. I don't understand, but that's okay. Um, see, and I like if you're on Facebook, you can see my big. Oh no, you can't see my bowl, can you? Hold on. This is my big old. This is my entire crystal collection in like a punch bowl. Wait, I don't know if I can. Ah, wait, where are you? Over here. Yeah, it's a big punch bowl. Isn't that crazy? And then all my minis are down on the bottom, and there's a grate between them. And then these are like um, fluorite's another really good stone for connection and third eye work. How funny you say that I got out of bed at 6 a.m. this morning and you were on my phone. Yeah, I'm getting that there's something that you need to ask or tell me or learn or something, and I don't usually get that. Debbie. So, like, if I was on your phone first thing this morning, maybe there's something a question that you have. Like, there's no silly questions or anything. That's what I want this time to be. I want us to be able to have our tea, have our coffee, your favorite drink, your favorite smoke, whatever you feel, um, have it. And let's talk. Let's ask questions. Let's tell about our spiritual experiences. This is our safe space. I've opened circle. I have our candles lit. I've burnt sage. I don't have tea today. My grandma would hate that. My family's British, and I usually always have tea at tea time. I've got coffee today because I've got a little bit of running still left to do. So, Debbie, you felt drawn to me. So, do you have a question, honey? See, here's another piece of Amazonite. Isn't that beautiful? It's a very watery third eye stone. Thanks, Tanji. This is like such an expensive bowl. Like, luckily they're rocks. I just have to be really careful because I have generators in here. Like, and I'm afraid of them chipping the point. So I kind of got them like laying on the side, but I'm presently in a very small space. So this was the only thing I could think of a way that I could put them all together, and then I can just pull what I need. Um, so that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm kind of just pulling different stuff and just sharing with you. Um, every stone honestly does have different vibrations, different uses. And you can Google, honestly. I've taken 5 years of classes with crystals and crystal healing, and I'm a crystal master. I've done all that, but honestly, I think it's yes, each stone has a different vibration and frequency and energy and stuff, but I honestly think it's your connection with that crystal. It's your intentions. It's how you work with it. My hair is like flipping out. Um, and I know I've shown everybody this. I have what's a a lepidolite heart. This is one of my absolute favorites for grief. As I throw it down. But this is my favorite for grief. Lepidolite is like it's for grief, depression. You're feeling stuck, so maybe some guidance. I do coaching. That's probably exactly what's going on. I do coaching. And maybe you need a little coaching on your spiritual path, which is just fine. Um, I think you have to work more on this. You have a beautiful connection with your brother and with your crystals and with the Reiki. So perhaps you need to work more on utilizing that. Hold on. I was going to put you. Maybe you have to work on utilizing the connection of all three together. Like, okay, you have crystals and you carry them. You have them in your work area. Do you use them? Do you connect with them? Or are they just pretty decorations? A lot of us have them as pretty decorations because we're just drawn to them, but we don't really know how to work with them or what to do with them. You're a Reiki master, so you obviously understand and work with energy. So maybe that's the missing link, is the connecting all of them together with your intuition. And then you'd be freaking unstoppable. I bet that's okay. So I think that's what's maybe missing is um, start and you don't have to take a whole bunch of expensive classes and everything else. Do some coaching sessions and learn how to connect using your intuition. Learn how to and some people don't use crystals. Some people use herbs. Some people just, it's themselves. Um, it just depends, but you already are a crystal person. So you have them all. You just need to learn how to work with them and use that energy to accent the energetic work that you already do, Debbie. I hope that helps because I think that's what I use them when drawn to certain crystals on the day. That's awesome. Now, do you clear them and program them? Um, like I mentioned, my daughter-in-law gave me this dragon's head, right? And she helps me after my heart attack. She came and I had my desk and I was mid working with people. I used my crystals to pull energy, cleanse chakras, and all that stuff. And I'd had all my used crystals on one part of my desk, and I had grids set up for other people in other parts and stuff like that. And she came to help me clear up because I couldn't do anything. And she was like, she goes, oh my god, and she comes out of my office with tears streaming down her face. And she's very empathic. And she goes, oh my gosh, Mama, I didn't know you did. Oh, you're so, oh. I was like, what is wrong with you? She goes, the energy, the work you do. And she could feel some of the stuff that I did for people and some of the, I work a lot with like the lost and missing or people who have been murdered or committed suicide and things like that. I work a lot with their loved ones. That's kind of who are drawn to me. And she felt all that. So she took like this bowl. I didn't have the bowl at the time, but she took every rock from everywhere and washed it in sea salt and water and put it out in the moon and recharged them for. It was just so sweet. And I'm talking like, I think I even have crystals in. No, I don't. This, and then I have them around. I'm talking probably like a milk crate or two full of crystals that she did all this too. Debbie says she carries rose quartz with her all the time. That's great. That's great. But I get that you need to expand. You need to expand, and you need to start working with intuitively with your stones. Like, incorporate them in the Reiki and stuff, because you can actually use the stones on the chakras and everything to help clear, cleanse, and pull. You make her wear crystal bracelets. Me too. And you choose the ones you're drawn to each morning. See, so you're starting. Now we just need to teach you how to put your intentions into those crystal, how to, for better word, enchant maybe, or to amplify the crystals that you make. See, I do too. I've made all of these, and they're all different purposes. Yeah, they all have different. This is like Amukite jasper, which is very grounding. It keeps me grounded, cleared, and cleansed. Okay. I hope you know what this is. The hint is this stone right here. I have a golden healer. This is actually golden healer in Super 7, which is lepidolite, amethyst, quartz, and like 4 other. I can't even think of them right now. But that's like a healing one. But yeah, I do that too. So crystal bracelets are a wonderful way to help you, like with healing, with that, whatever you need for your challenges that day. I also have, let's see. Okay, well, I showed you that Amazonite before. This one's Amazonite to keep me connected with third eye connection. These are, if you are in chronic pain, this right here is a Tibetan quartz. Okay, it's from the highest mountain in the Himalayas. Tibetan quartz is one of the most powerful healing stones I've ever encountered in my entire life. And then obsidian, of course, black obsidian, protection, grounding. That's what I use that for. And then I also have some protection ones. Anyway, so that's just another way to help you call in your spirit team when you're faced with challenges, or when you need connection, or you need to amplify whatever you're working on. Say you're really heavy. Okay, I'm getting ready to go. And I need healing. So I'm calling in my ancestors with some petrified wood, the golden healer, the Tibetan quartz, rose quartz, things like that. You got permanent nerve damage in your foot. I need to get something for that. Bloodstone. Mix bloodstone with the Tibetan quartz, and you can actually like rub the bloodstone on the foot. The reason I got into crystals in the first place is, I'm going to put, there's your comment about the foot. The reason I got into crystals in the first place was that I was bedridden for 3.5 years, and I was on fentanyl and a million other 17 medications, and was dying basically. I couldn't walk, I couldn't move, I went from the bed to a recliner. And my girlfriend, who had known me for 20 years, sent me out of the blue this lady from YouTube, of all places, doing these full moon rituals. Now, this friend of mine, we were friends because we went to church together at the Mormon church. So for her to send me full moon rituals, I was like, what the heck? Well, I was bedridden, so what did I have to lose? So I started watching this lady. This lady told about a story that she'd healed herself using crystals when she woke up one day blind from MS. I'm like, whoa, you got my attention. So I started taking classes, started learning about crystals, started seeing that if I believed I could heal, I could heal. I could heal with, I could heal myself, because the doctors obviously sucked. They couldn't heal me with their medicine. They were making me sick. That's part of the reason I have to have surgery tomorrow, because the medicine made my teeth fall out. So I have to have that done. So I started doing full moon rituals. I started buying crystals. I started using crystals. I started healing myself. I am now, let's see, 8 or 9 years. I think it's 8 years. I'm off all of those medications. I do have a better quality of life. I only use medical marijuana, I will proudly say, saved my life. RSO, CBD oil. I still have chronic pain. I actually have, I live with osteoarthritis and I have a cadaver vertebrae in my neck. So I have a lot of chronic pain, but it is nothing like when I was bedridden on that. So the whole reason me telling you this is that Tanzi, you can heal from anything. Our bodies are so miraculous. Um, Crystals will help you addressing the trauma because we've talked about that 2 or 3 times. That's no mistake. Addressing the trauma that a lot of us suffered as children um, will help. Okay. Um, Trying to think what else, but I'm now 9 years into this healing journey, 9 or 10. I've yeah, pain. I don't do anything payments. I take the CBD RSO. I also have changed my diet. I don't do processed foods. I try to do all natural. I really try not to do chemicals at all. Like there's chemicals in your creamers, things like that. I don't do any of that. Um, and my spiritual work has really helped. My crystals have helped. And having gratitude and hope and shifting myself from a place of being a victim. Why is this happening to me? How dare? And a lot of my issues are a result from abuse and trauma suffered as a small child. And, but I'm not a victim. I chose this. My soul chose this. My body is a badass. It might be broken issues, but she's pretty freaking badass. Like I've come back. I was just reading Hollis's articles they wrote, and it talks about exit points. I've had numerous exit points in my life, and I keep going. So there's a lot for me still left to do. Um, and for a lot of you, I know that a lot of you here are bedridden, or that you're very dealing with a lot of grief and a lot of heavy stuff. And I want you to know there's always hope. There's always a way out. Um, don't let the pain control you. Don't let anything control you. Don't let the trauma, don't let the pain. Healing is always, always possible. And connection to your loved ones is always, always possible. Utilize your spirit team. Um, and I'm saying a lot. Yours is from Netball, and I guess I am where I am meant to be. See, and some of it too, pain. Me myself, I looked at pain as weakness leaving the body. Oh, it just means I'm weak. And what was the other one? Because I was in Marine Corps stuff as a young woman, and so I just was tough and I can handle it. That just means I'm weak there. No, actually, pain is your body signifying something's wrong. It ain't happy about something. So you got to listen to your body, identify what's going on, take care of it, and then you're good. Hi, Maui. How are you, honey? Okay, if you're late, you're just on time. I'm probably going to be winding up in a little bit, but because I don't know what happened. Oh, no, I'm over on Discord. Hi, Carrie. How are you? If you'd like to talk, just raise your hand. Carrie's over on Discord. I'm just rambling away. Christina left a big old comment. Um, They said right after they got engaged to their ex-husband, I dreamt of my papa. He was so healthy looking, asked me to look at my engagement ring. I put my hand in his to show off my ring, and as I looked down, his hand was walking dead rotten. I gasped and woke up. I now know that was an omen showing my marriage will fail. I remember that dream so well, and that was in 2007. I also should have said my papa passed in 2004 from cancer. He was one of my most favorite men ever. Wow. That would have freaked me out. That would have really freaked me out. But I see, and that's what's kind of cool is like we may not understand things like that till years later. We look back and we get those messages and we're like, oh, that's what that meant. It wasn't him suffering. It was that the marriage was doomed. Like, wow, that's crazy. Debbie said, I had a heart attack 5 years ago and changed my diet, made life changes, and have worked to become mentally and physically and spiritually healthy and relaxed. I have had to get my anxiety into check and feel so much better now. Good job. And I think, honestly, while I'm laid up, I'm going to probably do Hollis's astrology class because I bet you that's because of the age. You're something with our planets because I'm 58, I'm going to be 59, and you said that you were 60. So I think it's because we're in our second Saturn return, is what I think they call it. I don't know. I know my camera is on top of my computer, so it looks like my eyes are like this. But so if I look at you, it's just the angle. Um, so yeah, I bet you I love that for you. And that hasn't it made like a huge difference in your life, like your quality of life? I have such a better quality of life just because of the changes. Um, I would like to, I really try to go vegetarian, but I just can't do it. I like my meat. Like I can't. Maui says, what crystal do you suggest to cleanse Aura or something to help him? He is feeling lost. When we lost our son, it's for your husband. Lepidolite. He needs lepidolite or rose quartz. He needs a very calming, soothing. Maui, where you're not in the US if I recall either. You need like I'm getting for him like petrified wood and lepidolite. And everybody goes, "Oh, you always think lepidolite." The thing about lepidolite is it really is a natural lithium. It comes in many forms. This is a higher quality. That's why it's so dark. And you see all that glittering? That's mica. No, yeah. But see all that? It can come in dark purple, light purple. Yeah, you're in the Philippines. I knew you were somewhere else. I couldn't remember. I wonder, do you guys have like a? Okay, I know that you have. I don't mean to sound ignorant. I was actually born in Japan, in Okinawa, and I've been to the Philippines. But do you have like? I know that they have marketplaces where you buy your vegetables and herbs and stuff like that. But do they have somewhere that you rocks? I wonder honestly if that's where you get this. Okay, there's no mistake. Right before I came on, I got my dragon's egg. This is called a dragon's egg. The technical name is Chinese something. It's not Philippine, but this is a very, very expensive rock, and I'll show you why. I don't know if it's gonna. You do have them here. Okay, so I want you to look for it's. I'll look for the name. I can Google it real quick. It's a fossilized algae, and it's very ancient. It's found in the riverbeds. Hold on. I can't get to the light, and it glows in the dark. It literally glows in the dark like a glow stick. I don't know how I could show you that it glows in the dark. Maybe. You can't. Wait. Oh, she's down there. It grows bright green. Okay. Okay. You can see that it's showing up green, right? This is a brown rock. Okay. But do you see how it's glowing? It's actually brown. If I turn the light off, because it was outside in the sun. Hold on just a moment. Gavin. Thank you. Hold on. I'm going to look up for the. It's called a dragon's egg. Turn that off for just a second. Just a minute. Turn it off. The light. Watch. My son's going to turn the light off. Let me put it where it would glow. Okay. Well, it glows in the dark. Yeah, it really glows in the dark like a light stick. Like, seriously glows. But I can't. I'm having a hard time showing. Wait, maybe I could do it in the. pot now. Hold on. It's kind of working. Anyway, yeah, see, it is glowing kind of, but it glows like bright green, like super bright green. And it's an algae. Okay, thank you, Devin. It's an algae that is petrified. It's kind of like, okay, do you know, I live in Florida, you're in the Philippines, I'm sure you probably have this. When you go to the water and the phosphorescence algae, fossilized. Hold on. But you know the phosphorescent algae that you see in the water sometimes? We have seasons of it. Yeah, they're not conveying fossilized. What's it called? Oh, diatomite. That's not right. No, that's diatomaceous earth. What? Hold on. They're calling it algal limestone, but that's not it. I'll have to look up my paperwork. It has a Chinese name. Dragon's egg is the most common name. Yeah, I believe it's called dragon's egg. But I'm getting for him, but even if you can't find the actual dragon's egg, okay, he needs an earthy connection. He needs a stone like petrified wood, which there would look like possible little rock, like little fossilized. And if you notice, there's a commonality there: petrified wood, petrified algae. So he needs his ancient elder energy. Um, Petrified wood looks like wood. Now this is actually Indian because this is ebony. That's why it's black, and you can see that it's wood. See the the ring. Okay, so he needs more ancestral support. He needs to, if he has rituals and things that he does, I mentioned lighting candles earlier. Oh my goodness. Okay, Miss Debbie. Moldavite is a game changer. Okay, so Maui, yeah, this is called a dragon's egg. I'll look up the technical name and I can post it in the group later because I have paperwork on it. If I have time, I'll look for it. If not, I'll post it or bring it, come back next tea time. And I'll figure out how to show you guys how it glows in the dark. Okay. Miss Debbie has Moldavite. Moldavite, I actually carry a piece of Moldavite. When I was just starting out my crystal, see, and this is another piece of lepidolite. Notice it's still the dark color and it has the little flakes. That's how you know. Dark purple flakes. If it's a good quality, you'll see the flakes. Okay. No, lepidolite and petrified wood. Lepidolite. Lepedolite. I don't know. Can you see me and hear me? I look like I can see and hear me. Yep, and my monitor's still going, so we should be good. I think my grandson snagged my fluorite. He did. Oh well, she'll get it back to me. Anyway, Moldavite. Moldavite is a game changer. Yeah, it is saying there's an issue streaming it to Facebook. Hold on. I'm not sure. I still see it. Anyway, Moldavite is a game changer. Moldavite gets everything out of the way. This is Moldavite. I have a very tiny piece. Moldavite is a tektite from outer space. It's when a meteorite hit the Earth. This is the only crystal in my life, and I've collected crystals since I was a little girl, that I went to a crystal shop and I'd heard all about Moldavite. It was all the rage a couple years ago, probably about 5 years ago. Everybody was getting Moldavite. And I was like, I got to have a piece of Moldavite, piece of Moldavite. So I went to the shop and I put my hand out and they go like, are you sure you're ready? And they prepared the area. They put a cloth out and everything under me and then put it in my hand and I went, whoop, and I dropped it immediately. it felt like something shocked me. You know when you get like a static electric shock? And I was like, Moldavite is a very powerful stone. It is used to shake your world up, to make you see things from a totally different view. So that's what Moldavite. Moldavite is extremely powerful, extremely eye-opening, and extremely cool to see the other side. So I think that's perfect. If you're thinking which direction to go, Debbie, that's a perfect addition for you. I hope you guys didn't lose me on Facebook. Let me refresh it, make sure we're good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I can see your comments now here too. So I am so sorry I was not able to see your comments here. Um, Christina, yeah, Discord did get disconnected. I hope you saw my thing. Yeah, Discord is all of it's just crazy. So yeah, Chelsea switched over here to Facebook too. Good. I'm so glad you guys are here. You wear 6 bracelets on my left. Amethyst, angelite. I love. Do you know angelite's a stone I can never keep? I get angelite, I give it away, I lose it. Something. Moonstone, blue kyanite, labradorite, hematite, black tourmaline, and lava stone. Oh, woman, we got to change some of your stones. You've got a lot of really heavy. We need to mix some of that up. And lava stone. Okay. I'm not from, but I lived in Hawaii for 3.5 years, and I asked, take the damn lava stone off. Don't wear the lava stone. I know people are drawn to it. I don't like the lava stone. Don't wear the lava stone. If you knew what lava actually represents and stuff, like, don't wear the lava stone. Take it off, Christina. Trust me. What lava stone is, I don't know, and I'm gonna share this with everybody. I lived in Hawaii, and have you ever watched the Brady Bunch thing where they go and Peter, I think it is, one of them takes a little tiki that was made out of lava and hides it and brings it back home, and they have all this terrible bad luck and stuff. Now, I know people say, well, that's a myth and all this. I've actually experienced it. I worked on a ship that somebody did that. They had a whole bought like crates of lava that they had gathered from the different islands that we went to, and they had it under their bunk. And our ship came back from dry dock in San Francisco, and I was on this ship. I rode this ship from San Francisco to Hawaii. We had no issues on this ship whatsoever. Like, it didn't break down, nothing. We were open ocean, no problem. We get to Hawaii, and this crew within, it was the second week, I think, this crew member started picking that stuff up, and we started breaking down. And I kid you not, we broke down. Like, there were times we would lose power, like all engines, all everything coming into dock, and we would almost hit the cliffs. It was a whole us losing power, dead in the water is what it's called, and that is scary on an old ship. Like, that's scary, especially in Hawaii because the seas are so rough. But we ended up, they called priest in, they called all kinds of different Catholic priests, all kinds of different people come in and see. Like, well, first they did the engine room and stuff like that, but our captain was from Hawaii. So he goes, nah, I want a priest. I want a Catholic priest. I want this. Because he thought that once he found out it's mechanically was okay, he wanted to see what was going on. So he did all this religious stuff. And very last, he called a Hawaiian medicine man. I can't remember what they called him, Toppy or something like that. But this Hawaiian medicine man came, and he started at the top of the ship, and he started walking, and he had his tea leaves and stuff, and he was had something that he smoked, and he had his tea leaves and was chanting and went through from the top deck, the bridge, all the way down. And when he got to the crew quarters, he stopped and he put his stuff down, and then he folded his arm and he just started walking like he was confronting something. And he walked and he stopped outside the guy's cabin and said, that's the problem. And he said, he's got, Pele's not happy. He has, they called it something. I don't even know what they called it, but he didn't even go in the room. And he said, when that is removed, call me back. and he left the ship. I was like, holy cow. And they had to remove, and then they had to check everybody's cabins for lava rock. Once all of it was removed, then he came back on and he re-blessed our ship and everything. And what it is lava rock is Pele. It's her anger. She is trying to reach her lover on the other island, and she's very angry that they were separated. So it's like her anger, you know what I mean? Like, she's trying to grow and move towards him, and this is like her hostility for them being separated. So that's why I've had personal experiences. Once the lava rock was taken off the ship and the gentleman blessed the entire ship and did his thing, it never broke down again. And I'm talking like we almost died at least 4 times, like some crazy stuff, dead in the water. But the funny thing is I was a bartender on the ship, and anytime we went dead in the water, everybody got free drinks. So they couldn't complain. Chelsea Ann says, any crystals that help with bad dreams? Yes, of course. Hold on. Hold on. I'll put your comment, hopefully. And there we go. Crystals for bad dreams would be amethyst. I would highly suggest amethyst and sodalite. Amethyst is purple. I have a piece right here. This is amethyst. If you're on Discord, well, I don't think anybody is really, but it's a purple glass. Like it looks like a quartz. See? Okay. Amethyst helps a lot with dreams. Oh shit. I'm sorry. Pardon my French. Helps a lot with dreams, headaches, access to the ancestral realm, Akashic, things like that. So I would highly suggest amethyst, and it's one of the most common stones also. Let me see. I know I have sodalite. I just have to find it. And sodalite looks similar to lapis, but it's blue. Here we go. I think that's lapis. No, I think that's sodalite. Can't tell. Sodalite is a blue. It's like a dark blue and a light blue that runs through it. Okay. Sodalite is really, really good. I think. So I'm trying to see if I have a better piece of sodalite. Sodalite's one I can never keep hold of myself. But it's really good for sleep also. Another thing that's awesome for sleep is black tourmaline. Not like obsidian or lava rock. Black tourmaline, I have tons of it. It looks like sticks. It's the black sticky looking stuff. Hold on, I'll show you. I got a bag of it. I sleep with 6 pieces of tourmaline. This is black tourmaline. Okay. Now the funny thing is, this is also lava glass. Okay, but it doesn't hold the anger or the energy. It's different. Its energy is different than lava rock. Okay, just like obsidian. Obsidian is also from volcano. Okay, but these are glass. It's a higher temperature. It's a pure temperature. And I've often asked the difference between it and lava rock. I'm like, okay, but it's okay for me to work with obsidian and tourmaline, but not okay for lava. What is the difference? Well, I think part of the difference is it's if you even just look at it, like lava has all those bubbles and holes and stuff like that, and it has to be worn and fine and ground and smooth. And obsidian is a higher temperature. Lava is like what's spewed. It's like what's I know that most people have never seen. I've seen like the lava flows. Okay, like if you look on TV and you see the lava flow, and you see like the eruption. Okay, you see the really hot lava down here, right? Or like the rivers of lava. Okay, what you see in the river part forms into glass because it's the really hot. It forms into obsidian and glass. What you see on the outside that bubbles and and breaks off and stuff like that, that forms into lava rock, the holes and everything. When it hits the water, it forms into lava rock, like all those holes. And there's just something about it. I swear it's like sucked up the negative energy or something. So I just always highly suggest. They became really popular for people to put essential oils on and stuff. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, no, don't do that. Please don't do that. But then that's me. That's something that is there anything for someone mentally unstable? Call in their guides and guardians. And black tourmaline, honestly, grounding. They need grounding. If they're mentally unstable and they have mental health issues, they need grounding into this world. Okay, they need a connection. So I would highly suggest petrified wood, black obsidian, black tourmaline, red jasper, and petrified wood also will call in their ancestors. Okay, anything that's of the earth that's petrified. This is a different kind of petrified wood. So that's what I would highly suggest. And for them to connect with their ancestors, their spirit team. They don't have to do this life alone. As somebody that's mentally ill, it's very hard. It's very challenging. But sometimes what they're experiencing is absolutely profound too, and they need to see that it's not a curse. If they find a way to work with it, it can actually be a blessing. I need a lot of that between me and the partner. So, and realize sometimes sometimes mental health breakdowns or flare-ups or whatever you want to call them, sometimes they're meant to help us grow and learn and reconnect. And sometimes they're a signal to deal with our trauma. No mistake, we've mentioned trauma quite a bit today. Okay. So just tune in. And if you need help with that, I do that. That's exactly what I do. Hollis does that. It's coaching. Get a mediumship reading. Do coaching. We do have a reading party on July 9th and July. I think the other one we're going to have to change the date. So I do know July 9th coming up. And I think I'm going to maybe do like a mini crystal thing, like how you can work with the energy, like show you with a pendulum and stuff. We're totally evolving these reading parties. You will get readings. You will have a chance for Hollis's astrology. They and your loved one. So that's going to be coming up July 9th. Tickets are only $25, and it's like 3 hours worth of connection with Hollis, who's had 30 years of mediumship. We get together, we do readings. I'm going to do some crystal energy stuff because I'm not sure I'll be able to do readings. I should be, but I'm not positive. But it's a great time. Like, we have so much fun. And it's a good way to feel of our energies and get like mini readings and just a sample of what would occur in an hour reading with us. Okay. And you get to meet all 4 of the psychics. So you can see who you're drawn to. Hamilton, Ontario. Welcome, Jody. Which angel? Yeah, I've got, boy, do I have the angels. Did you see that? Yeah. This is I have a really beautiful fluorite one too. This is my obsidian. I don't ever tell my husband how much money I spent on all my crystals because they're all high quality. But honestly, a lot of them, I have friends who sell crystals and stuff. A lot I got on sale. I won. I had on layaway. I have like some huge crystals that I had on layaway for 3 years. I had a whole like $500 worth of crystals on layaway and it took me 3 years to pay off. But they were such a bargain, and I had to have them. And luckily, my friend was very patient. So, yeah, come join us, Tanzi. I'm telling you, the parties is a really good bang for your buck because it is about 3 hours. Pretty much everybody gets a reading, and if you don't get a reading, you'll get a card pull or question answered or whatever, but you still learn from everything else. And we're constantly changing them so that you learn more, and it's different subjects and things like that. And you get a chance for Hollis's reading, which is worth $100. And I'll tell you, I got the death chart astrology reading myself when my mom passed. Um, my mom and I were estranged pretty much since I was 13, and it was a very toxic, abusive relationship. And I never understood it, and I had a hell of a time when she passed because I was mad, angry. I'm still working through a lot of it, and I just did not understand. Like I could not freaking understand why this woman was so evil. Like, but she wasn't evil. But why? Like, I just could not wrap my head around it. And then once she died, that it was over. Like, there was nothing I could do. And Hollis did the death chart astrology for me. My mom and I were so much alike; it was insane. But we also were opposites. Like we were direct opposites in the chart. Everything was in the stars. Yeah, come to the party. You might win it, Tonzi. Like seriously. Um, and then you get to see what it is. Like you get to experience somebody else's reading. We do it at the end of the party usually, so that way everybody is included. And you get to watch it. But mine was so eye opening. Like I understood my mom so much more, and like I knew she carried trauma too, but I did not understand. It was all in her chart. Like it was in both of our charts that we were supposed to struggle together. She could have either supported my gifts or there we go. But she chose to be my adversary, which ended up in the end pushing my gifts, but it just made it a lot more challenging for me. But it was all ours. Like it was all in this beautiful chart. So with the party, you do have a chance to do that. So I'm gonna check over on Facebook. I love this comment. Spent years going through. Hold on, Christina has a. Give me a second. I'm sorry. So if you can read my shirt, be patient with me. I'm from the 1900s. Okay, Christina, and I'm gonna have to go here in a little bit. I know. I believe Nicole has a live tonight too. Um, Christina says, "I love this combo. I spent years going through various crystal bracelets. These seem to help me connect to my inner and outer awareness. I'm in Lilith era though." Okay. Well, see, and that's true. Like what works for you may not work for me. Like that's totally true too. Um, thank you. And yes, welcome Jody from Hamilton, Ontario. I don't know where Hamilton is. I don't know where a lot of stuff is, honestly. Okay, so how is everyone doing? So we originally started our topic today was about calling in your spirit guides and spirit team and your angels and what you do when you're faced with a crisis or an emergency and how you do that. Um, and what I did was show you ways that you can. You can call in your angels. You can call them in with prayer. Honestly, I didn't tell you how to call them in. You know how you call them in? You open your mouth. It's that easy. Um, I work very closely with Saint Michael, and Saint Michael will not step in unless I ask for his help. And when I ask for his help, when you ask for the angel's help, you don't just get one angel, thousands. And you will feel them. Like if you sincerely ask, I can't do this. I need help. Please come help me. Please watch over me. Please help guide the medical team. Please help guide the police or whoever's responding to whatever emergency you're facing, whatever situation you're facing, be specific, ask, and close with whatever, like, so mote it be, amen, whatever you want. Close however you want, but have a closing. Um, there are times in your life if you scream out, like when you're in desperation, and you scream out, they will be there. Like, um, I totally believe in the divine. I totally believe in my angels, my spirit guides. I know that I have a team. And when you witness it and you witness them fight for you or help you, it's absolutely beautiful and amazing. And so I want to encourage you when you're faced with a crisis or with an emergency or something like that, know that you're not alone. Okay. That was the biggest message I wanted to get across today. And we also had trauma mentioned quite a few times because I do work with spirit. I want to make sure that if you are having issues with trauma and you are noticing the freeze and flight, um, and you need help, or you're having issues with the grief and it's overwhelming and you need help, please come join one of our parties, one of our lives, get a reading. You can get a reading from me at psychicinsights.life. Hollis, we have great psychics there. I'm not sure where here you go. psychicinsights.life/Mama Cole. And I am fully booked for the next week, so I'm booking a week out right now, and also because I'm having surgery. So I'll be in and out. You'll see me on Facebook and stuff, but I'll be in and out, and I'm also booked. So fun, fun, fun. Tanzi says, I'm trying to find a new job and have been asking my answers, but I haven't found a job yet. Okay, then go higher. You're asking your ancestors. What about your angels? What about the divine? What about... And also, the other thing too, I'm being told, you can't just ask and then sit around and wait. Well, I asked. I don't know why I don't got a job. You also have to do your part. They'll meet you halfway, but you have to do your part too. So make sure that you're actively doing your part. I get more, you need to do more paper instead of online. So I hope that helps, Tanzi. And you'll find a job in due timing, all for your greatest good. Okay, so just be patient. I do feel it's coming. You just be patient. Come to the reading party and when you come to the party, ask that question about work and see what they say. Looking for jobs. See, but you're doing it online. And I'm getting that you need to do something in person for some reason. So maybe go locally in person, paper. I'm seeing paper, old school. So maybe you just have to, that's another message I get quite often. Sometimes we have to do things differently to get different outcomes. We can't always do things the same way and expect a different outcome. You have to do it differently if you want something different to happen, right? You're so welcome, honey. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close. I hope everybody's had a wonderful day. I hope we had a good tea time. I will be back next week at 4 o'clock. Hopefully Discord will work a little better. I think it's back on. Carrie's still there, so maybe I think she can still hear me. And I wish everybody a wonderful week ahead. Yeah, sounds like a plan for today. Yeah, I would do paper, Tansi, definitely. And that's why I'm here. These weekly tea times is your time to hang out with Mama Cole, and you can ask me pretty much anything. I just don't do readings during this time. We're going to do more spiritual stuff. You're so welcome, Tansi. So blessings to everyone. Have a great day. I love you guys. I will see you after surgery. Might look a little funky, but I'll be here. So have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. And let me find my little... I keep forgetting our... There we go. Have a great day.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.